We are here with Ariana Maria, aka Aria Fae. Let's give it up.
Woo! So let's start off with the basics here. You're an actress. You're studying martial arts. You do acrobatics. You do all sorts of physical things. What would you describe yourself as, or what would you say that you do?
Professional circus performer for a living, and
Circus performer.
pursuing stunt performing right now.
So what kind of circus performing? Because of course there's clowns, there's juggling. What kind do you do?
So I started when I was 5 doing gymnastics, and then when I retired, I was like, what am I going to do with my life? Like, how can I keep this thing going that I've studied forever? And then I realized circus was the best way to turn athletics into an artistry and keep gymnastics going past the usual, which is 16 years old. And I've been happy ever since I discovered the art of circus. But my specialties are hand balancing, aerial, fire, flying trapeze, hand-to-hand acrobatics, and I have been to clown school, and which I enjoy very much. And really, every year I just keep adding more to my bag because I keep falling in love with more and more different forms of circus.
For those people who haven't looked it up, your Instagram, which is
Ari_circus fairy, fairy spelled Faerie.
well, she's got all kinds of amazing silk wire works and high flying acrobatics and all sorts of stuff like that. Can you talk a little bit about doing the high flying stuff?
Yes, being in the air and upside down is my favorite thing in the world. So I'm not very good on my feet, but I'm better when I'm flying. And there's no better feeling. And high flying wire work is my favorite form of stunt performing too. I'd rather be up in the air than on the ground. And aerial silk was my first thing that I sort of got into back in 2009. And then, yeah, you just keep adding more and more things. Lyra is the next thing I got into, and duo Lyra. So I really love working with other girls actually on aerial apparatuses and creating beautiful shapes and beautiful routines.
The aerial silk, was that ever a danger to you or something that you were concerned about being in the air like that?
Funny you mention that. The only surgery I've ever had is aerial silk related. So I was facing a guy back in 2014 during a performance who was a little bit too heavy for my body, and my stomach lining ripped open while I was upside down in a straddle back holding him up. And I did not drop him either. But I did need surgery, and it was pretty scary. And everyone thought like, oh, she'll probably be done with that now. But it just made me love it more because I wasn't able to do it. Surgeries are our greatest teachers, for sure.
It seems like it's been a progression for you, for sure. You started off with gymnastics, then got into circus, then I believe after that got into acting, and then now you're getting into stunt acting. What made you decide to go down each one of these avenues? Like we talked a little bit about the gymnastics already, but what got you into circus and acting and now stunts?
Well, I wouldn't call myself an actress. I mean, I do acting, but I'm mainly in the industry to do stunt performing because movement is medicine. And I think any form of movement that you can do for all of time is very healing. And that's my focus, is keeping my body in motion for as long as possible, which is the other side of gymnastics and acrobatics. You start young, but then figuring out a way to keep your body going. I'm in my 30s now. Has been a journey, and keeping your anxiety down too, as an aging acrobat, about the whole process of your body aging has been a challenge. But I'm starting to figure it out.
What's the biggest difference between gymnastics and everything else that you do?
Gymnastics takes the most discipline. Gymnastics, if you want your child to be disciplined and stay off of drugs and keep in a good mindset growing up, I would say gymnastics is the way to go, because you just naturally stay, well, it takes so much commitment that there's no room for anything else, to even think about anything else. I would say gymnastics is the heaviest, most difficult thing. I think it's the most difficult sport actually in the world. So actually doing aerial and circus has, even though I had a surgery from it, it's really, really healed my injuries and my body. And I'm a huge advocate for promoting aerial stretching and aerial yoga, and for anyone to really get upside down and utilize it as a tool to get better and feel better. The biggest heartbreak of mine is seeing these kids that are so talented all over the world that just can't do anything with it. They're just stuck, you know? So my big goal for my life is to provide that to kids, actually, to provide what I had growing up to other underprivileged children.
What's your favorite place that you've traveled to for your circus or gymnastics work?
Oh my gosh. Well, Brazil is actually one of my favorite places I've ever spent a lot of time in. But I actually went there to get my teacher certification in Brazilian zouk dancing and lambada. So it actually wasn't circus related, but it was a very eye-opening experience to be in a country where people don't have that much, but everyone can dance, right? So they conjure happiness from nothing, and that's the inspiration I took from Brazil. You know, everyone is still so happy and so alive, and they're just making lemonade.
Making lemonade, I feel you.
Yeah.
So you said zouk dancing? Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
So what exactly is that, and how did you get into that?
So Zouk provides, I think, more of an emotional release, because circus is so difficult that you've really got to be aware to the point of, I mean, your body is on the line, your life is on the line in every moment, you know. But with Zouk dancing as a follow, you can stop thinking entirely and surrender and kind of access this space of movement meditation that I've really fallen in love with. And it just feels really good in your body. And I actually have a theory on Zouk and on hooping and spinning, you know, where, you know, we're spinning on an axis, the earth is spinning on an axis, everything is spinning. So when you're spinning, you're accessing this sort of universal flow that feels really cool.
I like
I
that.
like it. I like it.
So you know, we've talked about, you do circus, you do dancing, you do stunt work, you do all of these things. If somebody is wanting to book you as a stunt actress because you trained with Mike Chat, or somebody's wanting to book you as a high flyer, where can they find you and where can they book you?
So again, my Instagram is Ari_Circus Fairy, Faerie, and you can just contact me there and get any information. I also have an artist Facebook that I don't go on as often, which is facebook.com/Aria Fae Circ. But I'm definitely I'm on Instagram all the time, and you can private message me and set up classes or castings or bookings or workshops. Also teach acro yoga, and that's another flow form with another person that is incredible, and I would suggest anyone to learn. I find that incredibly relaxing, and I will be teaching acro yoga at Mind Movement Magic this August in Colorado. If anyone wants to check out that festival, I believe we're fully sold out because, you know, first of all, it's an incredible festival run by Lisa Wimberger, who is a Neurosculpting Institute founder. She actually founded Neurosculpting itself, and the event will be at the Neurosculpting Institute in Colorado. So just a fun thing for people to kind of check out and see, because, you know, there's festivals and there's dance congresses, but then there's movement and healing arts events, which I think are life-changing, and I don't think enough people take time to go to those things. Yeah, festivals like Interfusion, for example, is another movement and healing arts festival that totally changed my life. And it's a beautiful thing to go from like a Thai massage class to then a martial arts class to then a salsa class back to back in one place, which is what it is. So yeah. So yeah, come check out, it's called MMM, Mind Movement Magic, end of August.
I'm all out.
My hand-to-hand partners out there, my Brazilian dance future partners out there, please hit up my Instagram. That's all I gotta
Y'all know what to do. Go hit up that Instagram and stop playing. Farewell.
Follow Bing Zang Zoom on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and all major podcast outlets.